Hi there, Lloyd Machedo. Speaking to you from LloydMachedo.com. Who's Lloyd Machedo and Think Personal Branding. All right, in today's edition, I'll give you a couple of good news that I have in terms of people who have been applying for jobs. Plus, as a bonus, I'll also give you tips and strategies that I feel can help you get a job in the Middle East market, including some of my observations that have taken place from 2019. So from the beginning, let's say 2018, December end onwards, what are the observations I made in the job market? I'll just share with you. Then in terms of the news that I'll be sharing, I'll give you a comparison of how fake news is being shown by the UAE-based media and what is the real news when you compare, the news that comes out more or less within the same week. I'll also give you the situation of what is being reported about the UAE in global markets. Couple of local points that will give you local news, which I feel is pretty stupid. I'll also give you a bit of shares that I got. People share news updates with me. It's about India and Pakistan. I'll share with you, would take your views. And also I'd, a Muslim guy happened to try to convert me, tell me about Islam and religion. So I asked him a couple of questions, which I'll be asking you towards the end. Nothing on the, controversial side, but I would like to know your views, or let's see if you have the answers, because the answers he gave me didn't make any sense. And finally, I'll share with you some miscellaneous stuff. So all these things that I'm going to share with you is put in the description box below. Just check the time stamp so you can choose which topic you want. And also, if you want to fast forward, I would recommend YouTube's feature that is, making the video go a bit fast. I watch videos sometimes at 1.5 times the speed. Maybe you can try that out and see if it works out well for you. So let's move into the news. The first one, I have 5 news to share with you. That is rather good. Within this week, my client has reached the finals of his interview. Very senior position for a retail giant. So very happy for him. We worked for almost, I think, 3 to 4 months for this. So he's there at the final interview. I really hope he gets it. The next one is logistics company, mid to senior level. The guy has got the job confirmation. Pretty happy with that. And a good salary that he was looking for. Very close friend of mine, whom we have been working for, I think, 4 to 5 years. We have kept this relationship as a client and coach. He got a 40% salary hike in the financial sector in Qatar. So he's very happy about it. I'm also very happy about it. A gentleman got a job in Saudi. Although, I'm not so sure about Saudi. I don't know if it's a good thing or not a good thing, but he said he has got a job. He's also a little nervous about it. So I just said, just take care, be smart, and, let's see what happens. Because I don't want to say, yes, he got a job in Saudi, and then after he goes to Saudi, maybe he doesn't like it. So, let's see what happens. And last but not the least, this female, she actually got a job. She actually got a job in Dubai, and then she resigned and, went back to India because she told me that she was having an opportunity there. So, I don't know whether it's good news or it's not good news, because when she approached me, she said she wanted a job in UAE. So we trained for that. But I think she used the same skills and got a job in India. So when you compare the salaries, the Indian one is slightly lower. But I guess she's happier because she can be with her family and she can be with her friends. So, if the client is happy, well, what can I say? But like I always tell you, if you learn the skills of resume rebranding, interview, communications, it's with you for the rest of your life. So that's always a plus point. Now, the next one, this is tips on job market and observations that I've made with regards to the job market. So I have 21 pointers that I'll just share with you just randomly. Remember, most of them are common sense. So you'll be like, oh, I always knew that. But remember, it's not knowing a point. It's not knowing the knowledge. It's application of the knowledge. Always remember, you might know how to lose weight. eat less, eat smart, do exercise. But how many people actually do that? How many people actually follow the advice? So knowledge is not power. That's what I tell people. Application of knowledge is power. So apply these tips, tricks, or strategies that I give you. So the point that I want to give you is, let's start with 21, the top 21 tips. So at 21st, it's not just India and Pakistan and Bangladesh that people are searching for jobs. It's surprisingly from Canada, UK, US, and Europe. Since I think it was mid of June last year, I started to get more of these clients from these places, which has been very surprising. Initially, it used to be mainly people from the Middle East or India. Now it is from Canada, UK, US, Europe. Many of them are trying to get jobs in the Middle East. I think because maybe their own economies are proving to be very difficult. So you're competing with all these people, Asians and foreigners who are coming from these countries. And I'll tell you, they are asking for jobs or salaries that more or less Asians are asking, a little bit higher, and kind of it matches more or less the people who have experience. So just be wary of this. At point number 20 is most of the companies are on survival mode. That is, most of the companies, they don't say this, they don't talk about it, but even if they do have money, they're keeping it safely locked in a bank, because there are plenty of check defaults. There are plenty of companies that are not paying, let's say they have to pay the money, they're not paying it on time. So companies are truly on survival mode, and they have kept the very basic minimum staff. They are not like aggressively employing new people. However, if they do get someone worthwhile, they do retain or offer them. Point number 19, if you have a job, it's recommended you search for a job. Don't search for a job when you don't have a job. Now, obviously, when you don't have a job, you literally have to go begging. But when you do have a job, you can negotiate. You have the power. You have the ball in in your court. So I would always say, when you have a job, let's say you worked in a company for 6 months to 1 year. After 1 year, start looking out aggressively for another job, and do not stop, because in order to get a better paying job, it takes normally 1 year to 2 years of really diligent searching. Because remember, it's not just the salary, it is the environment, it is the location, it's a remuneration, it's so many other factors. So I would say that if you have a job and you've worked with the company for 1 year, your contract is for 3 years or 2 years, after the first year is when you should be hunting out for a job. At point number 18, it is salespeople are the ones who get jobs the fastest and lose the fastest. Out of all the people that I've been dealing with, the quickest are sales. People who are in sales normally get job interviews, job offers, and they get employed pretty fast. And I've had the maximum luck where sales are concerned. So that is why I don't talk quite a lot about, oh, this guy in sales, he got a job, because sales is anyone can get if you're pretty aggressive. And if you do not know how to sell yourself, man, then how will you expect to sell a product or service? Point number 17 is the guys with the bigger salaries and more experience, they are the ones who are being terminated first when a company restructures. And it is very challenging for someone who's above the age of 50 to get a job. And above the age of 60, it's nearly impossible to get a job. And I have bumped into these guys who were working for big companies, big positions, really having the power. They were the big dogs, like, in the yard. Nobody could touch them. And once the CEO goes, once the CFO, the finance controller, one by one, the top heads go, all the big salaried guys go, and they bring in cheaper stuff. At point number 16, the people who have been losing jobs that I've noticed from January or from last year onwards, that is, let's say October, November, December onwards on a large scale, is finance, purchase, admin, and HR. So these 4 departments, they have been losing quite a number of people in these departments have been losing jobs for various companies. Number 15 is the companies or the industries that have been impacted the most, especially in the Middle East, are banks, hotels, retails, and financial institutions, even the service sector. Because what is happening there is, um, especially banks, I mean, they were aggressively trying to market and sell products and just take people's money. And now all of a sudden they can't get money to be invested. They are unable to sell. They have just realized that it was just their luck. Good time, good place, good market conditions. They could sell easily. Even if you're dumb, you could sell in millions. But now they're finding it really very hard. So banks, hotels, retails, and the service industry undergo tremendous changes. Point number 14. When you go for an interview and you meet the final decision maker, always keep in mind that he will negotiate with you for your salary. So even if you are, let's say, for example, you are getting $5,000 or 5,000 dirhams and you ask for 6,000, he will still try to negotiate for 5,500. He will try to bring it down. He'll say, after 6 months, we will see, you prove yourself, I'll increase to 7. Do not fall for it. Do not bring it down. Don't budge. Especially when you're at the final interview, just do not budge. When you do not budge is when you get the offer. And some of them can be really hardcore. They'll be saying, okay, then I think we'll have to call it quits. Maybe next time you can work. So take your pride with you. Do not budge, because if you're really good, they will give you the job. Okay. Keep in mind, even if you ask for just 1 dirham or $1, even then the businessman would negotiate with you. Why? Because he is the CEO. He is the owner of the business. He has to keep in mind the fixed overheads. So when you're at the final interview, never ever budge for the price. Point number 13 is, please do not try to impress. Okay, don't try to impress and show style and be cool, but express. Don't impress, but express. Express is where you communicate very level-headed in a very leadership manner what you have to say. But impressing is where you're trying to show off. Do not impress, learn to express. Point number 12 is, do not wear something new or brand new for the first time. So many guys, when I interact with them, I speak to them, I ask them sometimes, okay, dress up on a suit, dress up what you're going to wear for the interview that day and show me. I watch them on Skype, or I watch them on video. I see what they're wearing. I ask them to move. I ask them to interact with me. And always, almost always, the guy who has never worn a suit in his workplace, who wears just an open shirt or let's say a formal shirt but without a tie, I see him fidgeting. I feel him very uptight, uncomfortable. And I asked him, like, do you wear a suit in your workplace? He says no. The person always tells me no, but I'm trying to make a good impression here. We can make out, interviewers can make out, HR people can make out, decision makers can make out that you are not comfortable in that suit or tie. I would say what you tend to wear every single day at your workplace is what you wear at the interview. Don't overdress for the interview expecting to make an amazing impression, but you're just fidgeting, you're wearing the shoes, you're uncomfortable, or your jacket. If you do want to go in a full suit or with a jacket, make sure that you practice at least 1 month in advance wearing it every single day, so that when you wear it for the interview, that same outfit, you're comfortable in it. Okay. And please avoid putting too much jewelry or perfume. You're not going to a nightclub. Point number 11 is, this is a problem some of our Asians have. They try to put on an accent, or they try to sound intelligent by big words. No, sir, my vision has been, just shut the fuck up, man. Come on. So, and please don't put on an accent. Hi, my name. Who the fuck are you trying to impress? I remember speaking to this young man who, he went to the UK just for 1 year, just to complete his degree. And I could make out he was trying so hard to put on this accent. Hi, Lloyd. Hi, my name is. So straight away I asked him, I said, did you study in the UK? Yeah, Lloyd, yeah, I studied in the UK. So then I said, so for how many years? Oh, it was 12 months, Lloyd, 12, 13 months. And I stayed there for another 2 more months. And then I came down. So I said, can you give me your real fucking accent? Don't give me a put on fucking accent, because the accent that you're born with, your local dialect, your regional dialect that you're born with for 20 fucking years doesn't change in 1 year. Okay. He tried convincing me, but finally he gave up because he realized I wouldn't budge. And I let him know that I don't want to deal with someone who's fake. So either give me a real fucking accent or fuck off. And his real accent came when he said that he could not. So please do not put on a fucking accent. Point number 10 is never, ever, ever underestimate the interviewer. So many people make this mistake. You think you can impress the interviewer. You think you can make an amazing impression. You think you memorize these answers and copy pasted this resume and you can impress the guy. Please keep in mind, the guy meets a fucking candidate every single fucking day of his life. Maybe he meets around 5 candidates a day. He has seen it all. The interviewer, just like, if you're an accountant and you have been doing accountancy for 10 years, a college student cannot impress you with accountancy. You have been selling and you have been doing this for 20 years. Young school, let's say, graduate or college grad cannot impress you in, let's say, sales. In the same way, an interviewer has been conducting interviews, reading people, understanding them, evaluating them for so many years of his life. You can't bullshit with him. So never underestimate the interviewer. He's not a fool. Okay. Point number 9 is interview skills. On that day, you have to be perfect. There is no second take. There's no second chance. You say one wrong word. You say something that should have been said, but you didn't say. You give less than your best. You give your best, but it's not actually the best. There's no second chance. There's absolutely none. You might think your answers are so amazing, so incredible, so fascinating that it'll blow people's mind off. But trust me when I say this, when I mentor people for interviews, they realize where they are and where I position them. In fact, I challenge them. You give me an answer, I will give you an answer much better than yours. So, see, the thing is, because I've been doing this for 11 years, so do not assume that your interview skills are so amazing, so incredible that you can impress anyone. And please keep in mind, there's no second take. So if you fucked it up, it's gone. So please be perfect for that day. Okay? And it takes at least minimum 2 weeks of hardcore practice. And by hardcore, I'm talking of 8 hours every single day for 2 weeks. So it flows, it comes out really beautiful. Okay, I was training this guy who I told you in terms of a senior position. His content, we had framed it, everything, the answers, I'd written it down, I'd asked him to memorize. The challenge I found out for him was he didn't know how to say it. It's not what he said, it's how he said it. For example, if I had to say, hi, my name is Loy, I'm 42 years old, I'm a personal branding strategist. How would you say, hi, my name is Loy Machedo, I'm 42 years old, I am a personal branding strategist. I mean, he was going so robotic. It was like he was suffocating. He was holding his breath. He didn't know where to breathe. He didn't know how to fucking relax. So after training him, literally, I mean, it was such a fucking headache. That's why I charge a little bit more. We practiced 1 to 2 hours every day because he had his interview coming up. And eventually he got better. So that's what I'm trying to tell you is these skills need to be honed, and that is how they get better. Point number 8. Is a resume. Please do not copy paste. Do not write gibberish. Do not use high sounding words. Don't use stuff you not use in your day-to-day life. Okay. Industry jargon, I can understand. But then trust me when I say this, you can make out when someone copy pastes a fucking resume. The other day I was doing this finance controller, this female. She had 9 pages of a fucking resume. 9 fucking pages. I was like, what the fuck is this? And when I went through the paragraph, the first one where she was talking of company, let's say X, the whole fucking paragraph, she has repeated the same fucking thing in a different way. Like, for example, if she is talking about, let's say, conducting company audits, she would drag this like conducting independent audits where checking in each and every department whether they have complied, whether there's compliance, what are the rectifications, what are the measures that we need to adopt and all that. So, okay, one big paragraph she has made instead of just writing conducting company audits. Then after 2-3 points, she would reframe this by saying that always kept a check of processes and procedures of the company, whether they were followed or not, ensured a process optimization, ensured that everyone was on track, sat down with the juniors just to find out. So you are basically saying the same fucking thing of ensuring that the processes were followed, that you are keeping a check, auditing them, okay, making sure everything was followed, but you're writing it in 3 different paragraphs in a single, area where you have to mention what you did in company X. We just bought the whole fucking 9-page CV down to 1.5 page. 1.5 page, which was very, very powerful. Okay. So what I'm saying is, don't copy paste a fucking resume. Don't use big sounding words. Don't drag a fucking point. Get to the fucking point. Make it good. Okay. And point number 7, don't think you can wing it. Okay. People think that day they are just going to be amazing. Lloyd, I get so many idiots who come to me and say, Lloyd, just give me one chance. One chance, Lloyd, one chance. Trust me, I will nail the fucking interview. Just one chance. You just introduce me to your clients, Lloyd. You see what I'll do. If you are so fucking good that you could impress the socks out of anyone, why the fuck you are not called for an interview? In my case, I was such a hardcore hustler that people would say, why don't we meet up for a cup of coffee? They would initiate the conversation. They would initiate the meeting. Fine, whether things happened or didn't happen. But the very fact that I was able to market and sell myself, it showed. And that is why when the interview process came, if I wanted the job, fuck, I could really nail it. But this took a period of 20 years skill to hone. So just don't assume that you're God's gift to mankind and you have the ability to talk. Even these YouTube videos, it has taken me years. If you check my previous videos, well, I missed maybe 2,500 videos before. I mean, you look at it, you'll be like, fuck, well, you are terrible. That's how we improve with time. Point number 6, there is no magic pill, magic company, or magic whatever offer that can solve your fucking problems. People always say, Lloyd, if I pay you money, can you guarantee me a job? Oh, Lloyd, this recruitment company gave me this job. I had this interview on Skype and all that. There is no magic solution. And if something is too good to be true, means someone is taking you for a fucking ride. You have got in touch with a fraud. Be careful. Point number 5. Anytime you ask someone, can you help me for a job? They say, okay, send me a CV. I'll see what I can do. Or let me know. I'll forward it to people I know. Take it from me. If someone asks you to send your CV to them, they never do anything with your CV. They'll just leave it in their mailbox. They will never forward it to anyone. Even if they forward it, nobody's going to read it. So if anyone tells you, I'm going to forward your CV or just send it to me, I'll forward it, they're never going to do anything. So instead, if he says, send me a CV, I'll see what I can do, you tell them instead that, can you give me the name of the person or the company who you're planning to send it to? I will courier it to them or give it to them through my hand using your references whenever they're free, whenever you suggest, so that they have a better impression. And I'll tell you this, when you do this, give it, either by courier or hand delivery or have a personal touch, it has much more impact. And most importantly, when you're asking that person, give me the name, the specific, you know whether the person's lying or taking you for a ride. 99.9%, if the person says, send me a CV, I'll forward it, it's bullshit. Okay, number 4 is your mindset. Stop blaming the fucking market. Oh, the market is down. Lloyd, there's so much of racism. Oh, fuck, there's so much of politics and all that. See, the problem is with you. You have your behavior pattern, your thinking, or your personality. There's something wrong with you in your head. You need to fix that first. And unless you change this aspect of you, you're never going to get a job. So when people say, market is bad, tell me when the market was fucking good. What, 2008? Yeah? And that time you were making money? So the market will always be bad. The market will always be challenging. Times will always be tough. But, hemming and hawing and crying about it is not going to fucking help. Get your socks up. Pull your panties up. Just be a fucking man. Whether market is good or market is bad, you need to achieve your target. You need to get a job. That's how it is. So it's a mindset. Point number 3 is, keep this in mind. People take a lot of effort and attention for their marriage. From the wedding card, the quality of the card, the font design, the texture of the card, the design of the card, the photographs, the theme of the wedding card, to the menu. Oh, we'll have continental, or we'll have Chinese cuisine, or we'll have chicken, or we'll have fish, we'll have beef, we'll have starters, we'll have wine. the venue, the DJ, the music. They take care of each and everything, including the cufflinks and even the banyan and underwear has to be brand new. The videographer, the photographer, who are the people? Let me check the list. So much of time, effort, money, patience, dedication goes into a wedding, which lasts only one fucking day. And you get free fucking loaders who come there who will never be there for you on the day that you need them. So that's only one day. But you put 1 year's effort for that one day, for those few hours. But for your fucking career, which is going to be a lifetime, do you take the same amount of effort, the same money? Do you borrow a loan for this? Do you put so much of effort? Do you put so much of interest, passion, mentoring, expertise, professionalism? So just think about it. The amount of effort that you put to show off for a marriage and what you need to put for your fucking career, which defines you. So keep that in mind. Point number two is, please never ever do this. Getting a job does not mean spamming people with bulk mass fucking emails. Dear sir, I hereby send my resume for your kind perusal. Attached is the CV. Please let me know. Looking forward for an interview. Your warm regards and all that shit. Please, it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work that way. Yes, everyone gets emails, but that doesn't mean they check all the fucking emails. Spamming leaves is only for amateurs. Don't be a fucking amateur. Okay, don't think that, oh, I'm just going to get a job. I'll send 10,000 emails through this and people will be calling me left, right, and center. It never works. And last, if not the least, at point number 1 is there's always a yin and yang, good and bad, white and black. So if people are losing jobs, there will be other vacancies. It's not like people are only losing jobs unless it's Syria and there's a fucking war. Unless that is the situation, you'll be open to an opportunity. You'll be offered an opportunity for a job. There are jobs. Even though I keep sharing with you news that people are losing jobs, companies are shutting down, there are plenty of other people who are getting jobs. So please keep in mind, yes, there are companies that are terminating other staff, but there are new companies coming up. There are new jobs that are being offered. So these are the 21 tips in terms of the job market, which I hope will help you. Let me know if you have any particular doubts in the comment section below with regards to any of these job related questions. And, if I can, I'll definitely share with you. If it's a generic comment, if it's very specific, obviously you need to take my services. And if you want my services, my rates are my rates are there, or you can send me my contact details I mentioned. Let's move on now to the news. Okay. So the news is, this one is, it started off by Gulf Talent. Now, Gulf Talent it's a company that offers jobs. So obviously, if they offer jobs, they will always want to say, yes, we have jobs. Yes, the market is good for jobs. Yes, you can get a good job. So because they are a recruitment company, they offer jobs. So when they offer jobs, obviously they have to say good things. So in this fake news that they've come out with on 5th March, they're saying jobs are growing at 9% in 2009 by healthcare and tech sectors. Employers are hiring more Asians because their target market is Asians. Due to their lower salary expectations, that bullshit. Today, Asians are asking for higher salaries. They are tired of being paid low. That is why so many Indians and Pakistanis prefer to stay in their country, then come and die, give your fucking passport, be like a slave and not, be away from your family and not have good money. It seems they conducted this survey by 300 hiring managers. Can you give me the fucking list of names of your 300 hiring managers? And 1,000 UAE-based employers on Gulf Talent's database. So let me guess. 1,000 people, you actually took a survey. And out of 1,000, you painfully took that data. Then you spoke to 300 people. You painfully took the data. Stop fucking speaking from your ass. Okay? This is fake fucking news. And anyone who falls for it deserves to get a shitty job. And then Khalid Times was so kind enough, maybe because Gulf Talent paid them money, because Khalid Times needs money. And they also put the same fucking news, which I doubt Gulf News would do it. Okay, I hope Gulf News and National don't do this unethical practice. But Khalid Times said, yes, there are more jobs for Indians and Pakistanis because they take lower salaries. That is a fucking racist statement. But then if you think that news is true, well, let me introduce you to Bloomberg. Bloomberg says two of the biggest real estate developers terminate staff. Who are they? Well, you have Nakheel and you have Majid Al Fudaim. Nakheel is that state-owned company which is owned by Dubai, which is developing the Palm Islands. Okay, the visionary company of Dubai. And Majid Al Fudaim, which company is it? All these shopping malls which are there, all the brands from Burjuan to all Mall of the Emirates, where you have the skiing in the mall. Imagine a skiing slope, mountain filled with snow in the middle of the fucking desert. So these two visionary brands, they themselves are terminating staff. So because Dubai markets have been declining, the prices have been falling of properties, oversupply has been there, weak demand, oil prices, everything has crashed, and both the companies have resorted to outsourcing jobs. Outsourcing means India, Philippines, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, because the cost of living is low there, maybe they pay them 50% or maybe less than that. So Nakheel has terminated 300 jobs, Majid Al Fudaim 100 jobs. Okay, so this is by Bloomberg. And then, if you still have any doubts whether Gulf Talent and Khaleej Times gives you the right news, 5th March 2019, Bloomberg once again states that UAE private companies cut jobs at the fastest pace in the decade. That means in the last 10 years, UAE's economy has been collapsing at an incredible pace. The weak prices, once again, same, weak prices, bad real estate decisions, because of this and the tension between, Qatar and them and Yemen and all this nonsense that is going on. Well, to keep the cost down, because sales have been bad and there's a cash crunch in the market, it seems that they have 9% less. Just imagine, as for Gulf Talent, it's 9% more. Here they're saying it's 9% less. The number of employees have been reduced. Saudi Arabia is also having the lowest employment in the last 5 years. Less than 1% of the firms are hiring. That is why, when that guy got a job in Saudi, I was kind of surprised. Okay, then this news has also come March 7th, that is today. No one knows how the UAE economy is doing. In this article, what it's saying is, the problem in Dubai is there's no independent body that gives economic data. Neither is the government releasing the data. And if anyone has the data, they do not want to share. And then on top of that, you have the media, which gives you fake news. And the best line that I liked in this article was, in Dubai, the focus is often so much on the economy of tomorrow. That means the vision is for tomorrow, but nothing on the present or the past. That means you're sitting here looking there, wow, we are going to do it. The projects are going to be completed. We're going to make millions and billions. But right now, you're sitting on a, like $3-4 billion loan that you have to give. And if you check your past, right from there, when you're talking of the vision, those days also, when we check the past, it was nothing but fucking loss. Nothing but incomplete projects. Nothing but shocking closures, frauds, and so many other, issues that you didn't want to talk about. So people have lost faith in the media, in the government, and this is what the article says. The main thing what they're trying to say is, if there's an investor and he has money to invest, would he invest in a country that currently its stock market is crashing, real estate is declining every single day, there are plenty of job losses, and there is no protection for the investor? You do not know when, let's say, for example, this property, the price has crashed, you put your money there. Tomorrow, if it just shuts down, or, tomorrow they just hike up the price, hidden charges, and say, sorry, you lost your money, then would you want to take such a risk? And then on top of that, it is like these rules and regulations keep changing every year. Every year there's something new. Every year there is a shocking news that this bank closed, that bank merged, and this company declared losses. So because of all this, there's a big question on Dubai's economy, which this article kind of focuses on. Then you have, I got this news even today, that was ArabianBusiness.com, that says Jet Airways has started cancellation of pre-planned orders due to technical issues. They claim technical issues, But the inside story that I spoke to one of the guys, he said that they are terminating staff because Etihad has a loss of $1.52 billion, or that's 5.58 billion dirhams. So they cannot manage, they cannot sustain. Jet Airways is running on a massive loss. Okay, and Etihad, obviously. So there's no other hope other than to shut down or to be merged with Emirates. So let's see how that goes. Or maybe Emirates will buy it, but it'll operate as an independent entity. But now the question is, does Emirates or Dubai have money, which they don't have? The next one is this one. Gulf News actually shared. It stated that UAE Expat, they didn't give the name, UAE Expat AM, was banned from practicing his profession at DIFC because of fraudulent practice. So when I did a little bit of research, if you check internationaladvisor.com and mondonvision.com, it says that former relationship manager Arnab Mukherjee lacked integrity for producing accurate information. Okay, I want you to read the article, and it says, I do not know why they didn't mention his name, but later on when I checked his LinkedIn account, the gentleman's LinkedIn account, he was dealing with a lot of NRIs, and it seems that he had a spectacular, very impressive profile, but now he has removed his profile and he has vanished. I mean, why the fuck do you want to do illegal stuff? If you do anything funny, you will get caught. That's why I told the people, like, don't try to play the law. Just follow the rules. You'll be happier in the long run. Next one is Dubai shuts down 14,000 social media accounts. It seems they were selling goods without licenses, or they were selling fake goods. I checked with a couple of my Emirati local friends. What they said is these were social media accounts of people either trying to make money or do business or illegal stuff in the UAE. But 14,000, it's not like big names. Most of them were like independent small players. The reason why they're doing this is because they want more people to sign up so the government gets money. If you're making money, you need to give the government a little bit of your money, and they want you to regulate. But here's the thing. If you are selling on DoBizzle, how do you catch the person? If you're selling on eBay or Amazon, how do you catch the person? So this is still a very gray area. And there are a lot of people who, like, for example, do babysitting, teach the Quran, let's say give tuition classes. Teachers don't get paid. They work so many hours. They don't have a good life. So, how do you catch all of them? There are even people who wash cars. They wash cars secretly. They don't even have a visa. So anyway, Dubai is trying to clean up, but the more they clean up, the more people will be there. And there will always be people who will figure out the loopholes of the system. Next one is Gulf News says you'll get 3,000 dirhams fine, 24 black points for illegal taxis in the UAE. Abu Dhabi police fined 4,941 motorists for carpooling activities. And it seems Colonel Mohammed Hussein Al-Khoury, acting director of the Department of Transport Security, explained, the reason we are doing this is because illegal and unauthorized vehicles as taxis are dangerous. They put the lives of passengers at risk, and we need to focus on security. See, here's the thing. People are earning small salaries. They don't have the money to take a fucking taxi, which costs them a fucking fortune. It might be $10 or $20 or $30 to move, especially in traffic jam. So from Sharjah to Dubai, it's a fucking fortune. It costs them shitloads of money. So what do? They have to survive. These trains or buses, they take fucking forever. And people have to wait in the fucking sun. So when you have these so-called illegal taxis or carpooling to make lives of people easy, why are you saying it's fucking illegal? It's people, let's say a family man, let's say, for example, a guy, Mohammed, he has a car, okay? He's working as an engineer. I know one of these guys, Mohammed. He works as an engineer. Every day in the morning, he gets up like 1 to 2 hours before, picks up people, drops them to Dubai when traffic is less, comes back, takes a second trip, and then third trip he goes to work. After he finishes work, he does again these 2 trips again. So he makes a little bit of money. So I don't see anything wrong in him doing that. He's making some extra money like an Uber. And at the same time, he's able to help other people, cut down their overheads. This is a fucked up, I'm telling you, fucked up policy by yours just for you to make fucking money, not for the poor expatriates. And you're giving all, oh, put passengers' life at risk and all that. What fucking shit. Okay, next one. This one is a matter of shame. Total shame from Gulf News. Okay. Now, before I tell you the Gulf News report, if you go through news.com.au, so in this article, what it says is he makes $120,000 per month. Okay. But this was dated February 11th. On March 1st, that is few days later, instead of making 120,000, okay, that was 440,000, he's making 300,000 dirhams. So he was making 440,000 per month. Within a few days, when he came to Gulf News, he made 300,000 dirhams a month. He was earning 5.2 million a year. Here he's earning 3.6 million a year. So what is it? How suddenly magic difference of 1.6 million? So when I Googled his name, I found out he is a guy who teaches you, okay, he's a guy, internet guy, who teaches you how to be rich. So he's rich and he'll teach you how to be rich. And how does he teach you how to be rich? You have to pay him money to enroll for his course, which will teach you how to be rich. And in his course, what does he teach? You need to have a YouTube channel, you need to have a website, you need to have a product or service, you need to find customers, you need to put Facebook ads, you need to put YouTube ads, Instagram ads, that's it. Whole thing, he'll talk about Shopify, drop shipping and all that stuff. And that's how you'll be rich. You know, shame on you, Gulf News. When you give all these misleading reports, you know, people fall for this bullshit. Today's day and age, if you make 300,000 dirhams per month, sitting relaxingly with your laptop, you can be rest assured, number one, either you are a fraud, like, what is that guy's name? In my garage, there's a Lamborghini. That's not important. It's all books. Either that guru, or you have the man with the Rolls Royce, the man with a Bentley. He'll teach you how to be rich. You enroll to his course, pay him $20,000, $10,000. He'll teach you how to be rich. I met so many of these fucking idiots who tell me, "Law, I registered for this guy's course on how to make millions. I paid him $10,000, how to make millions." If you are making fucking millions, will you share the secrets with everyone in the world? This is how I made millions. This is my supplier. This is a product that I use. This is a service. This is everything. Nobody does it. Nobody will tell you where they buy the products. Nobody will tell you how they price the product. Nobody will tell you who they market, who their customers. They keep it hidden in secrecy. These are these internet gurus who give you all these fake fucking claims just to show you that they are making money. Shame on you, Gulf News. Shame on you. Shame on you for misleading people, because this is rubbish. Next one, let's just quickly move on to global news. The first one is Pakistanis passport. So if you're a Pakistani passport holder, from, it seems, 6th March, Khalistan's reported now, if you had a US valid visa, before it was 5 years valid, now it's only 12 months. So they don't like you very much. They want you to keep renewing so as to check your profile. In India, well, people were worried about India is great, Pakistan, shit. Pakistan, you have India's great achievements. Schoolgirl 16 is raped, doused in petrol, torched to death by her own neighbor in a sex attack in India. So India, Jai Hind. Proud moment for India. This is India. India is great, yeah, great. And if you thought, oh, Lloyd, that's a one-off incident, one in 1 billion people, 1 in 1 billion. It doesn't happen every day. Okay, fine. That may be only one rape took place, only one. In India, only one rape took place. Yes, I believe you. If that is matter of pride for our Indians, well, here I got this nice little video. How educated and classy our Indian Parliament members are. This video was shared on Facebook. This Indian Parliament, when they don't agree with each other, what they do is they take their shoe, which is called the powerful weapon chappal, and they were hammering each other and fighting with each other, which is very entertaining. I know it happens in Uganda, it happens with Pakistani Parliament. So these are the people who run the country. Wow, classy. Clap hands, clap hands. And another video, that is, I had this guy who's teaching Quran. He's teaching Quran to these children. And how does he teach children Quran? Well, this is the video that shows how to teach children. So that is why it's very necessary for a parent to take that amount of love and interest to make sure that their child is safe. If you're not fucking bothered about your own child, this is the abuse that will happen. And if you want to tell me that this is how they teach religion, I would say fuck that religion and fuck these people who abuse children. Whether it's the Catholic Church abusing children or the Pope protecting these fucking pedophile priests, the Pope should be fucking jailed. These priests should be fucking jailed, and bastards like this also should be fucking shot to death. Okay, the next one is, these are a couple of complaints that I received or requests that I received from 3 people this week. A female who spent nearly 81,000 dirhams. She successfully spent 81,000 dirhams on credit card, and now it seems that her salary was 5,000 before. Now it's reduced to 3,000. Or, she didn't have a choice because the company was losing money, company that she's working for. So they reduced the salary and they said, if you don't want to take reduction in salary, you can resign from the job. So before she was getting 5,000, now she gets 3,000 and she has 81,000 on the credit card every month. It seems she pays the minimum. She saw my video where for every 100 dirhams, you pay 60 dirhams, that is annually. For every 100, annually you'll keep paying 60 dirhams. She is paying 3,000 to 5,000 every month. It seems the card is never dying. What do I do? Another male, he spent on 4 credit cards because his company was not paying him his salary. Now he has 50,000 plus. He's asking me, how do I pay it? And last but not the least, a guy. He took a loan, got married, had his dream wedding, show wonderful snaps on Facebook and all that. And now he has lost his job after coming back from honeymoon. He has been terminated. Wants me to help him. So these are the 3 wonderful people. They want me to help them. How the fuck am I supposed to help you? You dug a fucking hole. You didn't have a financial plan. You didn't have the financial discipline. You fucked up your life. And now, who am I? Dr. Phil? Tattooed Phil or something? All the best is what I told them. There's no way I can help you. The next one is the UAE bankruptcy law. Now, if you check this article by Gulf News, you'll see the UAE bankruptcy law. I found this article kind of shady. Why? Because it says this company has a debt in excess of 18 times its available capital. But they refuse to give the name. And they're saying it was a success. Here's my question to you. Which company is it? Is it related to the government? Why didn't you share the name? And if you're helping a company that is related to the government or part of the government, like let's say, for example, it's Etihad. Or let's say, for example, it is Nakheel. So your laws only support you. That means you're the government, you misused your funds, and you created a law to set your shit right without having to pay a price. So how does that fucking help anybody? This UAE bankruptcy laws are bullshit. They're just bankruptcy in itself. The law is totally bankrupt. Because I'll give you this story. This is an actual UAE businessman who wrote to me. Okay, very genuine letter. I want you to hear it. Not very long. Okay, this is what it says. Dear Loy, I watch your videos. I've been watching your videos regularly for a very long time. I never knew that one day I would also have to say goodbye to Dubai due to the stupid law that they have. The laws, in terms of the checks. I'll tell you more. Even if you pay, you have to run because the other party wants to pressurize you and ensure that you are imprisoned. Okay, please withhold my name. I was born and raised in Dubai. Today, I'm more or less, he's given me age. I was running a very good business until 2018. Things started to get worse when my first check bounced, which happened last year. I was traveling to attend my brother's wedding when I stopped at the airport, taken into custody. It was such an agonizing ordeal that I had to go through. Luckily, a friend helped me arrange the cash. I traveled the next day. Thinking of all the scenarios, I was pretty upset with the check system. All the businesses are getting affected because of this stupid system. That is why when you hear the news, businessmen are running from the country. This is the exact reason, which is why people like owners of Arbraj Group or Manama Supermarket, why are they running? Because of this stupid law. No sane person would ever want to put himself into trouble with the police and the law. Today, I'm also running away from the law because of the current system. I can negotiate with these people from home, but if I'm imprisoned, how can I negotiate? Besides, the creditor would put unnecessary terms because of the fact that I'm under stress. The system is not at all favorable for us expats in this economy, and we have no other choice other than to leave the country, run away, and never come back. I was wondering, I was seriously wondering, what benefit do they get by criminalizing the check? They claim that they're supporting expats. They claim that it's no longer a criminal offense. But guess what? In business, yes, it is a criminal offense. They should decriminalize this check bounce and let business owners negotiate with creditors. This current law is bad for both parties. Also, the reason I was running a business for the past 15 years in Dubai. We were making decent money, if not very good. However, after the recession, things became bad to us. Do you know why all businesses are shutting down today? Number one, after 2018, VAT, number one. Blockade of Qatar, we lost 50% of our good customers. Yemen, we had massive problems, high fees on licenses, uncertainty for investors, and undue support for Arab locals. Dubai was once considered the Switzerland of Middle East, but today it's become the Yemen. Please highlight this in your next issue. Thank you and God bless. This is, this is the reality of the people who are actually working in UAE. This is another expat. Let me know your thoughts. What he's saying, is it right or wrong? And more or less towards the end, I got this reader who had a long discussion with me. He paid me money to actually book my services, but instead of booking my services, he wanted to convert me to Islam and talk to me about Islam. Basically, talk to me about Islam. So then I shared with him these 3 videos, which links I'll put below. Number 1 is, why do Muslims go migrate to Christian countries? I sent him this video and I asked him, why is it that Muslims go to Christian countries? He didn't have an answer. Okay, he gave me rambled on. The second one is, I asked him, why did 53-year-old Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, why did he marry a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old Aisha bint Abi Bakr? Okay, a 53-year-old marrying a 6-year-old girl. I mean, is it okay? If it's okay, why don't you do it? Why don't I do it? So he gave me one reason, he gave me verses, but I told him, talk to me one-on-one. Would you allow someone to marry your daughter? He said, no. I said, would you marry? He said, no. Then how is it right? So once again, you tell me. I'm not criticizing. Having a very open mind, you tell me in the comment section below. Next one is, I shared with him Richard Dawkins, who's one of the greatest. He is an English anthologist, evolutionary biologist. Okay, he has so many PhDs, so many, it's not even funny. Okay, so this guy, Richard Dawkins, he has this interview with Mehdi Hassan, who is another guy who I really admire. But he has his, he is hardcore Muslim in many ways, not an extremist, but he has his views. So he asks him this question. Do you believe that Prophet Muhammad, split the moon in two? Muhammad split the moon in two and he went to heaven on a flying horse, big horse. Watch the video, the link is put below. And he says, yes, I believe that. And from there, Mehdi Hassan, who's such an amazing debater, is not able to hold his ground. Watch the video, the link is put below. And last but not the least, for those people who admire Zakir Naik, who think he's a great ambassador for Islam, watch the video titled 25 Mistakes in 5 Minutes by Zakir Naik. Watch this video. So these 3, I shared it with him and he didn't have an answer. He really didn't have an answer. Respectfully, we said bye. So I'm putting the ball in your court. For those of you Muslim friends of mine who watch these 4 videos and you tell me, one is, why do Muslims go to Christian countries? Number 1, why don't they go to Saudi? Why don't they go to Iran? Why they go to Christian countries and then they want to change the rules there? What is the logic of a 53-year-old man marrying a 6-year-old girl? Would you do it? Okay? Or would you allow a 53-year-old man to marry your 6-year-old girl? Then Muhammad on a flying horse. Where is the flying horse? Okay, I'm asking a simple question. I mean, and the moon splitting into 2, why the moon was double the size. And Zakir Naik, who is respected as educated, he has so many mistakes. What do you have to say to it? In fact, if you even want to address the women covering themselves, one man, four wives. Why not, why not the other way, the equality? I leave it open to you. But these are my 4 questions. So because this guy spoke to me, I thought I'd share it with you. The next news that I want to speak to you is about cryptocurrencies. For those of you cryptocurrency who says cryptocurrency is the future, yes. It seems, Market Business Insider, Glenn Cotton, the founder of Quadri Got CX. Why the fuck they have such weird ass names? Okay, he had taken 137 million, okay, of his clients, and he died, so nobody had the password. Finally, experts cracked open the laptop, not broke it. They managed to get the password, and they found out that this cryptocurrency, which was 137 million, has vanished. Somebody took it all. So you see now, for those of you cryptocurrency believers who say that money will never vanish, it's always safe, it's in the ledger, it's in this network, where is it? Okay, so I'd like to know your views on cryptocurrency. Like I told you, unless all the governments of the world have a single uniform law for cryptocurrency and they all agree to it, cryptocurrency is never going to work. Okay, a little bit of good news that I was happy with is France bans phone for children under 15. You're not allowed to take a cell phone to your school. I really hope they ban all children from taking smartphones in all schools all over the world, because this is a real nuisance and I just find it so incredibly unnecessary. You should not have a fucking smartphone. End of story. Okay. And so these are my thoughts. These are the comments. These are the links that I have to share with you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like I always told you, whenever you do put your comments, I always read them. I like them. And if they are good enough, well, I will respond to them. If you need my professional service, please, my details are put down below. Like the video if you like it. Don't like it, thumbs down. And you want to subscribe? I think if you want, you would. Okay. And you want to support the channel, send in the money. I don't mind it. This is me signing off for now. Guys, keep sending me the news links. Keep sending me through my WhatsApp. It'll be kept confidential. This is me signing off for now. Take care.